Jai Gurudev, my obeisances and loving hugs to all of the Rasika Vaishnavas here. So by the mercy of Gurudev, we try to sink very deep into the topic of Vilapa Kusumanjali. And today again we are in the verse number 2. It's the third time now that we are with verse number 2. So I will bring together the topics we discussed or shared already a little bit so that we can easily dive in and let us sink down. So last time we came up to the point that Raghunath Das Goswami is making here an excellent bracing a Mangal Archan. He did that in the last verse, verse number 1, which is Gurudev in his Siddha Deha, and he is continuing to do it in his Siddha Deha now with his beloved Ishta Devi, with Radharani. So he is actually in the highest emotional bracing. It seems to me like if you take the quintessence of Radharasa Sudanidhi, he is bringing it actually in one verse. And even in the first word in his praise of Swamini, everything is already inside. It's an astonishing bracing, a brace of Ishta Devi. So that's why I want to go back just in the verse and read the lines again. And take one line after another and let's see what is there inside. And please, like always, I beg you, help me. Gurudev, please help me from inside. And all the others, please, you can also help me from outside. But also from inside. If you can do it, please. So please share if you have some feelings. Please ask if you have some questions, because it is enriching, this sharing. It is not a disturbance. Please understand, it enriches this seva here. So please, let us try to serve Gurudev and all the other Vaishnavas by going deep in this topic. Thank you very much for your mercy and kindness. And please forgive me if I do any mistakes. I'm a stupid person. I try the best. But by the mercy of Gurudev, at least something is coming out. I mean, Gurudev is coming out means it's the best. But, so we see here that Mangal Archan is brought, like it is usual in scriptures from Vaishnavas. They actually try to praise the persons they got the mercy from. But usually it's on another platform. Like you say, all glories to, you know this, all glories to Gurudev, all glories to this and that, all glories to Ishtadev, all glories to, all this kind of praise. You know that in the temple very often this is said. But actually, is this really a detailed and emotional praise? No. This is only possible in Siddhadeha, because there all the emotions from the spiritual platform are actually going into this Mangal Archa. And this is what we hear here now. It's completely different from try this and try that. So let us dive inside that and try to get it in the heart, because you cannot understand it, it's not possible, but you can feel it if you open your heart for it. So a Mangal Archan in Siddhadeha, the highest emotional praise, it is concentrated nectar. So Rati is praising her beloved Ishtadevi to the highest possible level. And this actually needs expertise, isn't it? If you want to praise a person to the highest possible level, you need to know that person. You need to be very near, and you have to feel that person. What kind of person it is really? Otherwise, how you want to praise a person you don't know? Then you just say, try this and try that. All glories to. Because you don't know how to praise. But here it is a very, very personal praise. It is an inside praise. Only an insider can praise like this. Otherwise, impossible. So it needs expertise. That's why I said, for me, it is like if you take the nectar of Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi of all the verses and put it in one verse. This is what Tulasi did for me. It's like this. It's a describing her. And if you take the nectar of the nectar, finally you come to such a point, to such an praising. So the first word in the verse 2 is Stala Kamalini. And Gurudev last time he was actually sharing with us a little bit on this point. So the address Stala Kamalini, O female land lotus. It is written here, O female land lotus. So Swamini is a land lotus. Did you ever heard from land lotus before? No? I also not. Because usually a lotus is in the water, right? But what does it mean, land lotus? This is a speciality, it's a praise from Tulsi. She is praising, Tulasi Manjari is praising her Swamini. So in the first word, Stala Kamalini, everything is actually inside, but it is a feeling, it is not understandable. You cannot get it with your brain, with knowledge. But let us see. It is a lotus which is actually in the forest. This is written here in the first line. Because it said, Yuktam Garvita Kananesmin. And this means Yuktam befitting, that she is proud, it's befitting. Kanane Asmin, in the forest. So Swamini is very proud in the forest, and she is a land lotus in a special forest, of course. Not just a forest, in this forest. Every word is so detailed, and it's actually hinting to a feeling. In this forest. What kind of forest it is? It is a forest where the most intimate rasa is going on, right? This kind of forest. And you are there, the land lotus. You are the only one, the only land lotus I know. And that's why it's befitting that you are proud. The second line is also very interesting. Branayasivara hasyam pushpa guchat chalena. Hasyam, laughing. Pushpa, flower. Gucha, a bunch. Chalena, with a pretext. So she is laughing through the pretext of this flower bunch. So Gurudev explained us mercifully that this flower bunch means the bunch of the gopis. All the gopis together are the flower bunch. So many flowers, one bunch. This is the flower bunch. Why it is a pretext? Maybe anyone can help? Why it's written here, pretext? Through the pretext. So Rati Manjari makes it very, very clear. There may be a bunch of flowers, different flowers, but you are the only Stala Kamalini. The fragrance from that Stava Kamalini is so special that all the other bunch of flowers, Krishna is not interested in that moment anymore. So it's a pretext. The bee is coming for the bunch, it looks like that. But actually no, he is not coming for the bunch. He is coming for the land lotus. And Rati Manjari is making it so clear. And he is very, or she is very proud. It befits that you are proud, and I am also proud because I'm your servant. Your bride is my bride. But for a moment, let us see what actually bride means, because usually words nowadays for us have another meaning, like the meaning is originally. So let us see what actually is pride. Pride in the sense of self-confidence. Self-confidence. What is self-confidence? I know I'm a servant of that land lotus. This is pride. And this is the right pride. Because this means I know who I am. I'm self-confident. I know I'm the servant of Radharani. Not because I am so good, no, forget that. Because she's so merciful that she is giving me this position. I am self-confident. Swamini is so merciful. The most beautiful land lotus is giving me this position. I have to be proud. I have to be proud. Sorry. Isn't it? If I get such a gift and I'm not proud, I'm stupid. Then I'm stupid. I don't understand what I got. Because pride means self-confidence. Pride means dignity. Bride means glory. I glorify my Swamini in the way that I'm proud to be her servant. That is glorification of her. In the same moment I can say, yes, it's also glorification for me, but actually this is not the goal. Like, I want to serve that they are happy and I'm also happy by the way. So I'm also proud by the way, because I'm proud to be a servant of that Swamini. So I'm serving the bride of Swamini. Of course I have to be proud. And very interesting, bride also means transcendence. Really. Look in the dictionary. Bride also means transcendence. It's transcending something. So that means it's not from this material platform. Bride is actually something very pure. And not what we know in this material world. It is also, bride is also described as positiveness and pleasure. And in the end it has a connection, and this is very interesting, it is a part of elegance, lavanya. It is a part of Swamini's lavanya that she is proud. Because she is self-confident in this moment, self-confident that she served her beloved in the most possible, highest way, and he is in a swoon. So this is leading to pride. This is transcendental pride on the highest platform. So let us understand the bride in this way, in this connection. But back to line 2. So there's a pretext. All the flowers are there, all the gopis, all together. But there's only one land lotus with that fragrance. There's no one else with that expertise, with that fragrance. There's no one else like Swamini. And this is only the first word Rati Manjari is using. So what a praise. This is an expert praise, isn't it? Who can praise Swamini like that? No one from this realm. Only in your Sita Deha you can make a praise like that. One word, such a deep meaning. And by the mercy of Gurudev, last time he was giving us some hints. We can get some particles of that mercy. So the third point is, or the third line here in this verse is, Apini latastha Saurvabhakta Zamushcham. What does it mean? Lata, wines, different kind of wines. Again, the gopis are meant. They also want to entwine some black tree. And of course, they have saurabha, fragrance. They also have a fragrance, They are anointed with fragrance because they all have Mahabhav. But then here is written Munchan, the last word in that line. And that means leave behind. So although they all have fragrance, but the bee is not interested in that moment in any other fragrance than the fragrance of the blue lotus, the land lotus, the golden land lotus, our Swamini. That's why in the beginning it's very clear it's a female land lotus. So, although they all have different fragrances, the bee is not interested in that fragrances at that moment, because there's no one else with such an expertise, with such a fragrance, with Madan Mahabhav. So who can attract a bee but your fragrance? Because your fragrance is so extraordinary that the bee leaves them all behind. What a praise. Ratimandari is praising in every little detail her Swamini. She is telling, you are the topmost, you are Radhika, you are the topmost servant. No one has that fragrance that the bee is interested. Now you got him. And what is happening in the forward line? Brigayatita Varmargam Krishna Bringoyat Adya. He leaves them all behind, and then Margam, the path, Krishna, Bringa, the black bee, is following the path of your fragrance only. Yeah, you can have this picture, the nose of Mohan is searching only for one fragrance. He's following the path of the fragrance. There's only one path he is following, and he is following like hypnotized. Hypnotized. He is seeing nothing left, nothing right. He's not interested in any other fragrance. He is like one line to this land lotus. He is now in Staibath. Amazing. Krishna in Staibath? Who can do that? Only my Swamini. Ratimandari is telling us, only my Swamini can bring him to that Staibath. Not the other bunch of flowers. So it fits that you are proudly emanating that wonderful fragrance, which attracts him like nothing else. Now, in this moment, he is only searching for you. And why is it like that? Is it actually because of Krishna? No, it is described. You are in the Tadyata mood. You are mine. You are playing with him. And this he enjoys the most. You are mine, Mohan. This is what he wants. He wants that his crown is rolling at Radhika's lotus feet. He wants to bow down. He wants to sniff the fragrance. Where is my land, lotus? Where is my Swamini in this moment? Our Swamini is his Swamini. One-pointedness. By the mercy of Radhika's Tadyata mood, he is fully mine or fully under my control. And this is only happening by her Madan Mahabhav. Without her Madan Mahabhav, this is impossible. So, the bunches, the creepers, they may have a fragrance, but for them it's impossible to give him this madness that he is losing his control completely himself and drowning in the rasa, even losing his consciousness completely in a swoon. But what is the proof for that? The proof is coming. Krishna wakes up and searches only for you, my Swamini. Rati Manjari is very aware Krishna is now in Staibhav, searching for the land lotus. And like hypnotized, he does not even notice that Padma and Shaibya on the way try to lure him away. With very sweet words they try to stop him, get his intention, but he is like hypnotized. He doesn't see anyone else. He is only concentrated on this fragrance. This is the proof. No other gopi, no other servants of any other gopis have any chance to lure him away. So Tulasi makes it very clear that there's only her Swamini who can attract Mohan like that. This is a praise, isn't it? This is a very special praise. This is a Mangal Archan from the Sita Deha. And to prove it more, Srila Anandadas Babaji is helping with some quotes. How he is looking down the road for her and saying, Rai, Rai, with faltering voice. And an agitated heart. And he thinks, one moment without you lasts 1,000,000 ages long. Although Sundara looks in all 4 directions, he cannot find his Priyaji. So he gets up from the playbed and comes out of the cave. to have a very good search for her. He cannot do anything else. He can only search for her, like a bee following the fragrance. There's only that fragrance, there's nothing else. This is a good search, fixed. And then the wind of Vrindavan carries the full weight of Sri Radhika's fragrance into his nostrils and tells him, "Oh, go, black bee, don't be upset. The land lotus is not far away anymore." All this is underlining that he has lost himself completely. He is on one way, nothing can stop him. But now comes another wonderful point. Rati Manjari is praising even more. Now she also is praising the service of Radharani. Because if you praise a person, that's one thing. But now she's also praising the service of her beloved Ishta Devi. Because even the service of that person is so praisable. It's worth to be praised, isn't it? What to speak of the fragrance? The service is also so wonderful. And we can see that the hero has to take shelter by Tulsi and Rupa Manjari. Otherwise, the hero cannot meet the heroine. He's saying, but you certainly know you know where my beloved is. Yeah, who else? Who else can lead me there? Only you. Quickly, quickly, take me to her. It's very urgent. Quickly. I'm dying. I need to meet her. Please arrange a meeting immediately. So on the other side, this is also a praise again of her Guru Manjari. Rupa Manjari is also there. So we can see this is the most incredible, astonishing praise of her Ishta Devi. And even of this Sevarasa and this form of Sevarasa. That position we can be in if we just like. So actually this bride of the Kinkari is not a bride we know. It is a bride which is completely pure. Like a little child is very proud to be the child of that mother, because this is the best mother. And for a child, always the mother is the best, we know. But in our case, it is the truth. It is the absolute truth. Because our mother is really the best. And she will ever stay in that position. Swamini is Radhika. She is the best of all, the best servants of all. And we want to be servants, so we will follow her. Because this is our constitutional position where we want to be again, serve her and to be proud. In the real sense, to be proud.
Radhe Radhe, Gauravani.
Yes.
Nice to hear so much about it. This proud, no? When you was speaking, it's come to me actually to be proud of our Swamini is opportunity to bring us immediately in our spiritual form. So this is actually what Gurudev is saying about to increase the spiritual feelings, this Govardhan. Actually, just to be proud, nothing to change, just to change the center of our proudness, and we are immediately in another world. So this is the meaning when Prabhupada also is speaking that Bhakti Yoga actually is very simple. But you see, to come to this key is now at least the concept is clear and is very simple. Now just to go and to dive in that and to be there, to identify ourselves like proud servant of proud Radhika. Thank you so much. It's helped me so much in this moment.
Dayanidhi, you are always helping me so much.
It's not. Everything is your fragrance, and just something it touched me, but it is your.
This is Gurudev's mercy, and of course we know that this fragrance comes from our Swamini. Yes, but anyway, you are always helping us so much by sharing your feelings. Really. Because we can see that if someone shares the feeling, it brings us more in our feelings, isn't it? More deep in understanding our feelings. There is no bad feelings, actually. I realized in this work here, we work with people and sometimes they are ashamed of feelings. And I always tell them, there's no bad feeling. Don't think like this. Because a feeling is always leading to the topic which is behind, and if you actually are in this topic and you see it from both sides, not only from one side, from both sides, then it always leads to love. Because we are living in duality, usually we just see one side. Oh, this is a bad feeling. But actually, if we feel it and we go inside and understand what it means from the natural background, then easily we will be led to love. Easily. We should not neglect any feelings, because feelings are coming from the soul. And Gurudev is stressing this point so many times. Feelings are coming from the soul. So in the original, this feeling is pure. Only the false ego is actually tinting it or giving it another color, you know. But in its original form, this feeling is good. So let us search for the origin of this feeling, and we actually get the mercy. So there is no bad feeling. But you have to search to the end. That's the point. Not stop in between. And I see in practice this is working always. Because the origin of all feelings is our Swamini. How there could be any bad feeling? The source is our Swamini. We are like her. We exist because of her mercy. She is the original. There can be nothing bad. Only if we are in the wrong understanding, then there's something bad for us. Because we didn't understand it. We were not searching right. We have to search deeply. Where is this feeling emanating from? Then we will understand. So all feelings are leading to prema in the end. But we have to go the way till the end and not stop in between. That's why it is said it needs loba, because loba is the strength on the way. You will not stop in the middle. Loba will lead you to the end. Don't give up. Never. Go the way of the feeling till the end and you will always reach the same goal. Because we are transcendental. We don't have to become it, We are it. The only thing we want to lose is the illusion that we are matter. I don't feel anything. I'm fully okay. I'm cool. That's the problem. Because we learn from childhood on, we have to be cool. That's the problem. We shouldn't be cool. We shouldn't be hot. We should be hot. And this is, like you said, Govardhan. But the right feelings. So we have to go the way till the end. That's the point. So actually now we are at the point we stopped last time. In the beginning of this book, I make a Mangal Archan in which I remember the Guru, the Vaishnavas and the Lord. Remembrance of this tree will destroy all obstacles to spiritual life and will easily fulfill all sacred desires. And isn't it like that? If we have a problem and we are influenced by material sorrows, thoughts, and all these things, if we just sit down, remember our Gurudev, remember all the Vaishnavas, remember our Ishta Devi, immediately a new thinking is starting, isn't it? And maybe some ideas are coming how to solve the problem. It works always. Actually, I tried it so many times and I try again and again. And hopefully, by your mercy, I will remember that always in such situations. But it always works. When we pray to them, please, please, I'm helpless, I'm useless, I need your help. Immediately help is coming, isn't it? Like so many times, oh, it's Monday, oh my God, I have to share something, I don't know what, I have no idea. Oh, please, Gurudev, please, Nitai, you have to speak. I will just make like this. You know, when usually the soundtrack is going and you just open the mouth and you do like you sing, but actually, it's like that. Yes. And I'm listening and think, oh, wow. Who said that? It must be Gurudev. It must be Nitai. It's not me. Or maybe it's my real self under the leadership of Guru Manjari and Ananga Manjari. But it's not me in the sense of material person. So this is how it works, isn't it? So that's why Srila Raghunath Goswami is also in the beginning immediately taking shelter at the lotus feet of Guru Manjari and Ishtadevi. And, of course, all the other Vaishnavas. And in this way, such things like this wonderful book, they are just crystallizing. They are crystallizing. Because actually everything here inside is very crystal clear. No question will be open. So they are crystallizing by the mercy. Like from sugar, some sugar crystals will come, and from Brahma crystals will come. So these are the crystals of Prema, of Mahabhav and Madan Mahabhav, even by the mercy of Swamini. Only she can give that. And this actually proves that Rati Manjari is completely connected with Swamini. Otherwise, she couldn't make such a prayer, such a praise. So in the first verse, Srila Raghunath Goswami, in his Swarupa Vesh, reveals the super excellence of his Guru through the Rasika joking kind of praise. Joking kind of praise. They are always jolly. They are not like us, always in fear, always stiff, emotionless. They're full of life, joking, they have a good time. Because they are living in the highest form of love. So they praise in this mood. And in the second verse, he reveals the super excellence of his Ishtadev or her Ishtadevi, Sri Radhika, in the same way. Rupa and Tulasi enter into the Kunj, and seeing a land lotus before them, praise Swamini by saying, "Oh, land lotus, it is fitting that you laugh so proudly, for the Krishna bee leaves all the other fragrant flower-like gopis to search for you only." There, in the transcendental Sringara Rasa, the amorous kingdom of Radha and Krishna, everything is full of jokes and laughter. There, in the transcendental Sringara Ras of Radha and Mohan, everything is full of jokes and laughter. This describes our home. Jokes and laughter. Good time. Kata ganang natyam gamanam Brahma Samhita. In the spiritual Goloka world, every word is a song and every step is a dance. Can there be any doubt, then, that the words and activities of the Sakhis and Manjaris, who are non-different from the Yugala Kishore, that always swims in the ocean of Sringara Rasa, are also filled with the Sringara Parihas Ras, the flavors of erotic humor? So can there be any doubt? When we are at home in our original position as the servants of Radharani, that we will be also completely filled with that rasa? Of course, there can be no doubt, because by the mercy, we always get these feelings like Radharani. We are followers. We get the mercy from the one we follow. We get the feelings from the one we follow. We get the feelings from the one we serve. And even like me, I'm just a beginner. I'm just theoretically thinking about this, talking about this, not realized anything. But even that is already such a high position by the mercy of Radharani, by the mercy of Parampara, by the mercy of Gurudev, of Guru Mantri. So if we just connect, it will, drop by drop, come and infuse into us. And in this way, Siddhadeha will grow. Drop by drop. It will take the drop, nourish itself, the soul, and then the Siddhadeha will grow. like in the beginning, if you have a semen, it just needs some drops of water around it, always wet. And then it starts to grow. And by growing, it needs more and more of that nectar. But in the beginning, it's just some drops. So if we hear about Sringara Parihasras, it means that actually we want to go this way, and we get the mercy by the Acharyas, by Kusumanjali, by our Swamini, that we can actually go this way. She only wants to see that we want. That's the point. It's not even interesting how you want and how I want and how somebody else wants. Everybody wants in another way. Because we are different persons, we are individuals. That means we have our individual way to feel, to live, to do things. It's not interesting. Because she will accept all of us. Because she loves us because we are individuals, not beside the fact that. No, she loves us because we are individuals, because we are always an individual aspect of herself. And of course she loves that aspect because with that aspect she can serve her beloved. That's another view of our existence. I like it much more, it has more taste. Oh, I'm too individual for this and that person. They cannot take me, they don't like me. Usually this is the material way to see the things, or on the other side, I'm very proud that I'm so individual and nobody is so individual like me. These are not the good aspects. But I am loved by Radha because I am a very individual aspect of her. And she needs me to serve her beloved. And this is the truth. We heard that the bee will come and the bee will pray. Please, please, arrange a meeting with my beloved. Please, it's urgent. Wait a moment, I will see what I can do. Can there be any doubt that the words and activities of the Sakhis and Manjaris who are non-different from the Yugala Kishore or from Radharani, that always swim in the ocean of Sringara Ras, are also filled with the Sringara Parihasras, the flavors of erotic humor? The Raga Bhakti practitioner will also become qualified to make such transcendental romantic jokes if he engages in hearing and chanting of these sweet sentiments, gradually becoming completely absorbed in them. And this is the point. It needs some drops of nectar, but the semen has to be completely inside of the water. Otherwise it will not sprout. It will dry up again. So we should be always surrounded by that nectar. And that means we have to do something to stay in that nectar.
Which nectar? That has to say.
Gurudev, I didn't understand what you said.
Which nectar we have to live? What we have to practice?
In which nectar we have to live?
That to give the best importance of that.
We have to live in that nectar we just heard of.
Oh, you have to 3 times say that, because we forget this practice.
Yes, Gurudev, you're right. And this nectar we heard so many times from your words, and maybe it's good to hear it again also.
We forget very fast.
Yes, that's true. That's maybe you can remember us again?
No, you have to read it. The work.
So we have to live in that nectar. What we heard of, like Rati Manjari is praising her Guru Manjari, and praising her Ishta Devi. And to praise like that, it needs expertise. It needs complete expertise, because you cannot praise a person if you have no connection with this person, if you don't know the person. So first of all, we have to hear the nectar.
Ja, heißt doch Netz. Ich hab's gerade noch angemalt. Netz.
Luisa,
Ja.
microphone, please.
Oh nein, sorry.
So we have to hear the nectar. Who actually is our Ishta Devi? Who actually is our Guru Devi? How actually our seva works? How we should do it? So by hearing the books like Vilapa Kusumanjali, we can immediately understand. If we don't know who is Radharani, we can hear Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, because there the rasa of Radharani is described perfectly. And before we can put like here, Rati Manjari is putting actually the nectar of Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi in one verse, because she understood. And she is praising here in one verse so expertly, and this we can see that she completely understood with the heart. So we need to be in that nectar, the description of Radharani's character, of the character of her service, of the persons who serve her already, like Guru Manjari, like the Acharyas, all the Manjaris. So we should stay in that nectar all the time and get these drops. And these drops actually will give us the nectar so that our sprout can grow. Otherwise, if we are not always with this nectar around us, there's a chance that we dry up again. And dry up again means again with no feelings, only matter, material consciousness. But if we hear about these topics, we will automatically be drowned in that nectar. And that means it will be all around us. Because we will be drowned by hearing again and again. So we need to hear about these topics every day.
My feeling, sorry Gauravani, did I interrupt you?
Please, yeah.
My feeling is that this nectar of the Leelas is put us in the present, to be in present, to be in the eternal present, from this material conception where we are always in the past and in the future. Actually, it put us in the eternal present, and because of that we feel good in that moment and we want to be part of that forever. So this I want to share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dayanidhi. That's the point. We only feel ourselves when we are in our realm, like a fish. You take a fish out of the water, the fish will never be happy. You can sprinkle it with water and give him a big TV or whatever. You can try so many things, but the fish will never be happy because he's not in his element. We need to be in our element. And the soul needs to be actually in that rasa, like parihas rasa. And there we can swim like a fish, because this is our home. And then we feel alive in that moment. So we need to hear about our real realm, our real home. The real self will grow by hearing that. It is like a person who was lost and is very far away from his home. By hearing about his home, slowly he remembers. This sounds familiar to me. Some feeling comes. Let me hear more. And then the remembrance will come back, even if you have amnesia. Because by the feelings inside, the remembrance will come back. So we need to swim in the feelings. We need to be in the feelings. And this we can only if we share together, if we read together, because even if you read alone, of course it has a good purpose and it has a good and it will grow yourself also, but more intense is to be with others together and share all the feelings, hear about their feelings. And of course it needs some experts who can explain you what is written there, because otherwise you may not read between the lines. You may read what is written there, but you may not get the point, what is actually written between the lines. So our Guru Devi will explain us. This and this feeling is written here. This is shared here. And then we get the feeling, we get the link. So we actually stay wet, always surrounded with nectar. It's needed like that. And it is like, do you know, I don't know how it's in English. In Germany it's called Kaulquappe. A frog gets first an egg, and then there's this little, like a little fish, Kaulquappe it's called in Germany. I don't know the English word. There's one special frog, and he's taking this Kaulquappe on the back and climbing up in a tree searching for a little pool. It's just really a little pool of water in some flower, and he puts it inside there and brings something to eat, food and like that. So Gurudev is taking care like that. He's searching for our little swimming pool of nectar and giving us always something to eat. For the soul. And in this way, another frog will come out of that. Sundaram is writing tadpole. Tadpole? It's said like this, Kaukwappe, tadpole.
Baby of frog.
Yes.
In English, tadpole.
Tadpole. So, it works like that. We need to stay wet, otherwise we will dry up. So, actually the fragrance of our Swamini is a wonderful topic to try to get it by the feelings. Meditation means I try to throw my mind in it first, and then the feelings will follow. But meditation can also mean your heart immediately connects with the topic, and the mind is following. So in which way it works, it depends on the person, where the person stands right now. Sometimes the mind is like controlling everything, so first I have to throw the mind into the topic so that the heart actually can wake up again. So we need to hear about these topics again and again and again and again and again, so that the feelings wake up. Jeev Jago, the soul can wake up. Jeev Jago. So we need to wake up the soul by showering the soul with these topics, especially Vilapa Kusumanjali. Because Vilapa Kusumanjali is actually bringing us directly into our Sevaras. And it is like you can preach to people about tattva. You know, God is this and God is that and God is there and God is, almighty and He's, all this kind of. You can preach, okay. And you can do this for hundreds of years. And still, they will not surrender. But give them one rasa malai, rasa gula. Give them one. And don't say anything. Immediately you will feel that they are attracted, isn't it? Immediately. Because it's rasa. This is the way of rasa. This other thing is the way of tattva. So when you feed the people with rasa, immediately there's a connection to the soul. There's some feeling. So this is the principle actually. First of all, we should jump into rasa. Jump into prasad. The first thing I was actually doing when I came in connection with this Vaishnavas, I didn't like anything. They had such a strange music. They were talking such strange philosophy. I did not like it. But this prasadam, oh my God. I was attached immediately. I had to go there again and again. Although they were speaking such strange things and making such noisy music, you know. It was like this in the beginning, completely in an unconscious state of mind, you know. I was going there, but I was immediately attached to prasad. Later on I understood actually this is because of rasa. The person who was actually cooking that, she was completely surrendered to her seva, to her service. I never ate again later on such wonderful prasad. She was really, really into prasad. And her name is Chintamani. And this was program. It was really like Chintamani. So I understood rasa is actually the thing I need for my life. Without rasa, no life. So what we have to do, we have to give ourselves again and again into rasa. And the best is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came especially for that. He himself, as Krishna, wanted to be in that Sevaras. Manjari Bhav. Because this is the rasa from Radhika coming to us. She is the tip, the highest of that Sevaras. So if we want that rasa, we should always stay in Radharasyam, connected with Radharani and her servants, her manjaris. And in this way, we will always stay in the nectar and grow. But please, some others should also share something. And Gurudev, I asked you already, but I don't know if you are inspired to give us some remembrance, what we should do.
You are doing very nice gift. Beautiful.
This is your mercy, Gurudev, but sometimes we need direct mercy.
If you read line, then I can explain.
Oh, Land Lotus, it's fitting that you laugh so proudly, for the Krishna bee leaves all the other fragrant flowers, the flower-like gopis, to search for you only.
Read more.
There is a transcendental Shringara Ras, amorous kingdom of Radha and Krishna. There in the transcendental Shringara Ras kingdom, everything is full of jokes and laughter. Kata ganang nadyang gamanang Brahma Sangita. In the spiritual Goloka world, every word is a song and every step is a dance. Can there be any doubt, then, that the words and activities of the Sakis and Manjaris, who are non-different from the Yugala Kishore, that always swims in the ocean of Shringara Ras, are also filled with the Shringara Parihas Ras, the flavors of erotic humor? The Raga Bhakti practitioner will also become qualified to make such transcendental romantic jokes if he engages in hearing and chanting of these sweet sentiments.
Yes.
Naturally.
Hearing and chanting of the sweet sentiments. Chanting is japa is not only. Chanting is keeping rotation in the mind of Samne, Maishdev, and the pastime in between of Radha. That is also chanting. Chanting is helping only for that remembrance. सब्जी तो है ही है क्या
So, if we hear and chant these sweet sentiments, gradually we will become completely absorbed in them.
Chanting is very important in Ragam. Hearing is also very important, and chanting is also. Our association is not possible to hear it. Association not give chance to hear and chant. Be careful with that association. Hearing is chanting is the way of private. Some place you can chant very easily hear, and we have no time for that. That is no desire. And if you stay someplace very difficult to hear it, how you will chant means remember again. How you will chant means mantra. Chanting, why we do? To remember easily what I teach. If not, then chanting time we will think others.
And I see, Gurudev, that when you are saying chanting, you mean rasa. Because how you explained it to us, what means chanting, it is pure rasa. So it's
all mantra is rasa. Like a Maha Mantra is a rasa. It's a meeting of Radha and Krishna. And Manjari is the last line. Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. This Ram, Ram is stirring the heart of the Manjari. So our mantra, Gamagayatri, is so important. That chants us inside too much in chanting us. And when we chant, it enchant us also. Gopal mantra, Radha mantra, Radha Gayatri, Gaur mantra, Gaur Gayatri. All mantra is very connectivity is creates. The other mantras show us how Radha Shakti is powerful in whole universe. They notice only Shama Mein. Only Shama Mein. There is nothing out of the Radhika in the universe. This is Radha Shakti. Prema Shakti. So our mantra has a deep meaning that enchants us. And without chanting, realization of
So again, that means we stay in rasa, in these drops of rasa.
right, right.
And this is the mercy of Guru Manjari, that she is actually giving nothing else but rasa.
That day we take Harinam, we don't know the meaning of that. When we take the Diksha, we don't know the meaning of that. When we take our Siddha Pranali, Guru Pranali, we don't understand. When we start practicing, then we realize it. When we not practice the realization, we not.
That's why it has the name initiation. You're just initiated. Now it starts.
Yeah, inspiring, just inspire you. Now your business, what you like to. You do or not do.
The fact that Swamini is here addressed as Land Lotus indicates that she is not close to the Shyam ocean of rasa. The word Kamala means water flower, but here she is named Stala Kamalini, Land Lotus. But Tulasi uses this word to encourage the Radha Land Lotus to go into the ocean of Shyam, to go to meet him. And she herself also very much likes to witness that sweet meeting. So in the connection what we just were speaking about, this is the other way around now. Tulasi is inviting Radharani to go to the Shyam ocean. So if we realize by the time, then we will stay in rasa and serve rasa in rasa. And in this way, we will encourage the Radha land lotus to go in the ocean of Shyam. So that's the other end. The beginning is the initiation, and this is the goal. There's a way in between. We have to stay in rasa. And this only by ourself, by our endeavor, by our wish. Later, Bhavanishta will come, and then we can reach this goal. But we have to stay in rasa. It is like the child has to stay near to the breasts of the mother. Because we need the milk. We cannot grow without the milk of the mother. So don't run away, stay nearby. And a last sentence, because time is over already. The words Garvita Kananismin show that Sri Radha's pride of her fortune of being Shyam Sundara's most dearly beloved in Sri Vrindavan is justified, because she alone is endowed with a unique Madan Mahabhav. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Thank you so much, Gurudev, for your mercy, and all the Vaishnavas here for your mercy to let me speak, to let me share with you, to be in that seva. You're actually diving me in this rasa. Thank you for that. Gurudev, please drown me there.
Gurudev said that you're always there.
Thank you for that mercy. This is Gurudev's mercy. But it's on us to stay really inside. This is our job. But he will always give his mercy, because his mercy is always there under any circumstances. And that proves that he is a servant of Radhika, because with her it's the same. Her mercy is always there. Jai Jai Shri Radhe!